Hello and welcome to my The Ghost Attorney Chronicles playthrough. We are on Resolve, the trial of the first trial of the episode 4, and yeah, we're still building still the introductory and kind of building the stage and shit for everything, and yeah, defending Van Zeeks of all people, and for the death of fucking Gregson, which I'm very sad about. But yeah, let's see where we were. Not sure I remember, but it was yesterday, so it's probably gonna come back to me. Anyway, let's go. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Hey, look at you. Wait, oh, I forgot the voices I made. Especially this guy was annoying to me. Hey, stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message. Okay. So. Zero the moving board. Don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander. Me, just a sign at the crossroads of life. Who's that Reaper? I bet he's got a face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard a gunshot. Did he die during the gunshot though? That's the question. That's the thing. I don't believe that. No. So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, with only the lights of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. Can expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
That's right, yeah. You don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think.
Do you? Really? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed the crime is Varric Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite these circumstances? Most certainly, my lord. Very well, then you may proceed, counsel. Okay. Mister of the moving board. So, I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all. Okay, nothing to see here. Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it doing. Yeah, probably popping, selling firecrackers. When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the primary school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow. Have a plan to blow their school to Kingdom Come. So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, but I don't want to get hurt. So I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket. A pretty good business, honestly.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
This is a skillful goddess indeed.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Excuse me. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
I said it was. Could we just leave it at that? Wouldn't that be the end of it?
No. Did Mr. Svenius' statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar, and that the great liar said, "What about I? Telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too, or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar." Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you? Has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. I'll give you something to tremble about.
Okay, so both of them were like threatening him, so like he knows what he wants to say, but like they keep threatening him, so he's like willing to tell the truth. He's just like, you know, being coerced, blackmailed even. You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet innocent face, young lady. Hey, I know someone like that. Called Dahlia Hawthorne, and thankfully this guy is not a weirdo like the older judge. Okay? So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Can you elaborate, please, sir? Old blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him, too. That's right. They're rotten liar over there. Okay. Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yeah, that's called perjury in court. Yes, you mentioned it. And you were going to die.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch? You did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief.
Now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah.
Either you clearly remember it or you don't. Well, I shall consider you a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
You did sing along behind gossip. They'll pick into the room where it all happened. Yeah, and what happened? You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair.
Yes, you do know.
If you want my advice, though, I'd take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright. Did you in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please?
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. I did give the place a once over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot, actually. Alright, now I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please?
Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flip the blasted thing.
Okay, there we go. You're telling us that you did move that board!
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
What? You what the fuck? Barn pot? What the fuck is that insult?
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please, I should be so lucky.
The truth now! Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I mean, I found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a little junk like this can't be worth too much if you...
So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it? Okay, Gina just popped up. Young lady, may I remind you where you are? That watch there? It was the present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago.
Professor Case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening while failed when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub.
I see.
Swept it off them once and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Oh, it's really the best thing to do, to go diving for them.
It's not all that though. I took it to Jabez that night and to ask how much it was worth. The old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ah! I knew I should have lifted it.
Wait, that's not her voice, never mind. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh please, just so long as you promise to give it back.
Fuck off.
Not a chance. I'll swap it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. No, you know.
That's enough. Hand the watch off to the bailiff forthwith.
Now, children, watch your manners. Yeah, I guess like they're literally all children except the old guy.
Good lord. The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely. He shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't take any more either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
That doesn't work in our favor then.
Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Wasn't it? Could it not be 5 in the morning? You know, 5 a.m. You know. Just saying.
Well, it would appear the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
And as predicted, it has very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Let me check that. Let me check this. Ah, this is for the wind. There's a tiny little keyhole there. Here, can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably for the winder
Used to wind up the mechanism. Looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
But I feel as though I've seen something. Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit it in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully for what.
Yeah, we know. I know, like, bruh. The glass over the face really is badly cracked too.
What a shame, when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
Imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
Very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
Can you remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Arrow? Not an odd job man.
Okay. What about this? There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for sending the time. In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Then we'll investigate again then. Okay. Right. Just a bystander and just assign it. Okay, let me try. Getting more information from him. Just wanna know. But did you go see what happened in the room? Didn't you? You did go, yeah.
Fresno Street is my whole. Well, it's all I know. I know all of it. I have to make it my business, you know, if I want to hold my sign high.
So you did go to see what happened.
It's not the destination. That's
Come on. Did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't? So if I'd be spotted, I might.
Okay, I don't know. Someone's really need to tell you that you're a Homo sapiens, not Homo signiens. Does it mean that you didn't notice the board?
I can only repeat what I said before. Huh? Don't know anything about any.
In which case, just who was responsible for...
Yeah, we know this. We know this already.
The Reaper, I bet.
He's got a face that screams bored. No, it wasn't.
See how things would change anything, and the detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Okay, we need to check it.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's figure it, like, see, yeah.
Ah, what's that?
It appears to be some sort of key, but it's tiny though. Couldn't. So what is it for, I wonder? Yeah, well, we know now. We know now. Let's make the connection. Mr. Sato, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson? Ah, and they lied about the time. They lied about the time. They lied about the time. They reprogrammed the watch on purpose to make it look like the time of death. Yeah, of course, it makes sense.
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. Let's not take a moment to lose.
There we go.
I knew it, a perfect fit. And look, the inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all.
What is it, Mr. Sato? Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better stop thinking deeply too. Okay. Is there anything we can, like... do anything about it? Yeah, wipe my hands on it, that's all. I did sneak along behind the gossip about it, picking the room where it all happened. Yeah. Okay, no. Because it's like not actually broken, then it means, you know.
Objection!
Yes! Okay. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key. And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. What? Indeed.
Order! The watch will stop at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard the gunshot.
It is exactly the hour.
The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. Yeah. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock. Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. That's obviously when this crime was committed. No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Listard said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years. Well, she hadn't unwinded. Went the world to him, that watch did. Yeah. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. You can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Yes, that would be entirely reasonable.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh, aye. Well, how'd you explain it?
Someone touched it. In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out on that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean... What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single day, every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Hello, welcome back, Offie. Good to see you again. This is like the 4th case, and yeah, Van Ziek's, I don't know what's the last thing you know about this case, but we basically are defending Van Ziek's now against Kazuma. Literally, like, you know, our childhood, like, you know, friend, like our best friend. He got over his amnesia, like a Giga Chad, and yeah, and now we're like literally in a top secret case without a jury, like trying to figure out like Inspector Gregson's death, and yeah, it's very sad and it's very a bit crazy, and yeah, I don't know, it's like I was very sad that fucking Gregson died. But yeah, now we're just like trying to make, like, you know, defend Van Zieks and prove that he didn't kill anyone. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it.
Order! Counsel! That is the most extraordinary claim.
Okay. Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
On that subject, there's something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in their coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
Ooh, that's right.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in?
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty great puddle of blood.
Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried, it was fresh.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured. Okay. Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner? Ah! Yeah, well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. Yeah, it could be pig blood.
We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
Problem is currently being researched. At present you are correct, it is beyond our abilities.
So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. Yeah, exactly.
It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection!
Okay. But the question was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
Is it though?
What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already... Wait. Has already been called into question. It isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all.
Oh please, what are you trying to say? Does Lot know what we heard? And it was a loud bang that came from that room. Now, you listen to me, a street seller's ears are his livelihood.
I don't have your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
Hey,
spread yourself then, Counsel.
It was a firecracker. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... Exactly.
Take that!
Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Ungracious, the very fireworks are sold by the witness.
Now hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it?
Yeah.
My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. See?
Yeah, but the big one, the jumbo ones. Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sound like this. Yeah. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. Okay. Trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene. I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot, for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear. But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Yeah, whether it was a gun or firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Baruch Van Zeeks.
Once when a whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See, it's why people like them.
I feel for your figures, young lady.
Maybe they just had like a, a long thread, what do you call it again? In English, the fuse. I just had a long fuse, you know what I'm saying? Is there any clues about a fuse? I hate to see him like this, man. I fucking love the guy, man. He didn't deserve to die, man. He was gonna go to France and all that shit, to become a... Yeah, well, anyway. Any fuse? I guess not. Maybe we'll figure it out later.
Objection!
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention, indeed, something called a, time bomb.
Good heavens, a bomb?
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Senarhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international accident.
No, wait, it's whenever you like part that's important. A time device. Yes, exactly, a time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, Counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that the time device was employed to create the gunshot sound?
Do I have any proof? Do I have any proof? Well, wait. Maybe it's blown off, not because he was like... I'm not sure. Is there something in the... No, there's not. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Well, maybe, you know... It was outside his own pockets, you know? Maybe this, because it was the thing that's to set up the time. And then at 5 o'clock, it would shoot, and that's like the, you know, the top of the thing. There's like a little piece of the clock that like just died away, you know. So maybe they just did the clock itself.
You suggesting this could have been used as some sort of time delay device?
I did think so, my lord, but it's becoming increasingly clear that we've all been very misguided here. Yes, by you. What? Oh, okay, never mind. They stopped the music too. They fucking baited me, bastards. Okay.
So we're gonna claim we'll have to be 6. Okay, I get it.
Well, this little soldier.
Take that!
Okay, never mind.
Objection!
Never mind. I don't have proof then. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I mean, the time is a bit too perfect, isn't it? Wait, or is there like something that... Nah, no, probably not. Maybe this?
Take that!
Oh my god, I was right! As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off.
Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim.
I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible. Why? Because of the scorching. Yeah, I said this, like, yeah, there are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
There are? Goodness, yes! What does that mean? That there was also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound?
That's right, there was, but as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. I guess there was gunpowder on the candelabrum. Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. You're suggesting it came from the fireworks? What can it be, eh? The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they explode. Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together. The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at that point part way down the candle. The killer had left the scene. The candle slowly burned down, along with the other two. Does that really work though? Probably, maybe. Interesting. Okay. Until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud BANG! Okay. Good theory. And that is how these 3 witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock.
Well, what a plot. This implies the victim could have died earlier than we've been led to believe. The previous day, even.
No, just hold your horses. All of us saw the victim going into the building, remember?
Wait.
I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to.
Yeah, but the person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. It was the person wearing the wig. Consider this. Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. The person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred Could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hair piece.
Someone else, do you mean to say?
It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Very impressive, Ryunosuke. Naruhodo, yeah. Kazuma? Really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? Yeah, it's true. I also noted the lack of a time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Ooh. Did he call us out?
Order, Prosecutor Asoki! What on earth do you mean by that statement?
I heard that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. He finally shows his true colors of like what he actually wants to do. Okay. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt be overlooked. Yeah. The defense assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly, I would agree with you.
What immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? Inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within
Even within the yard.
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent that what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend? Do you have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating? Yeah, the case 10 years ago, yeah. Yes, I agree, sure. My lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Professor Gregson at the time of his death. Either the redhead, like, the redhead shit, or, the case of 10 years ago.
Very well, counsel, present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by Inspector and
yeah, the schizo board.
Take that!
I can't say I found your answer suggestive of anything in particular, other than perhaps...
What? But why? Yeah, it's right there. Are you that dumb? Are you a dumbass? Like, what are you yapping about? It's literally right there, idiot. Like, it's literally on there. What he's investigating? Are you taking a piss? Like, I get it. There are details of a lot of raft of cases dating back years on there. Yeah. Red-Headed League. Yeah. I mean, sure, okay then. The Red-Headed League shit, but still it. Sure, whatever. Then I go with the Red-Headed League. Sure. Wait, no. Oh no, the frame photograph. Yeah. Well,
Take that!
Oh, never mind. Then he has the picture of someone else's wife for no fucking reason. I guess he's just a weirdo that just has other people's wives' portraits in his like planning room for no reason. I see. Okay, it makes sense.
Well, counsel,
yeah. Okay, let me save though. I only have one life left. Yep.
Take that!
Yeah, I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. You might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece will only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd, except that is... in the crowd of the gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League?
So, you already worked it out.
What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen?
Okay. The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
Deception of what nature, Council?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for their misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads?
Okay. Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had direct contact with those criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. But didn't they just say though, like right before, that Didn't they say before, you know, that he wasn't the one wearing the wig? Like you just created an inconsistency right now.
Well, we can, in good conscience, leave this new venue and explore.
Well done, Mr. Naruto.
Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least.
Precision will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 red-headed League conspirators before me, Professor Asugi.
At once, my lord.
Very good. We'll have a 30-minute recess. Call this a job.
We continue.
Oh.
Okay. I wonder how big this case is. Will you defend us into chamber? Oh, there you are, Otto. What kept you, my dear fellow? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina. You sure about what you said in there? The boss, you know, actually died the day before. It's pretty odd, solo.
Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina.
As was I. Possibly more shocked than both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. I was more shocked than all of you put together. This autopsy report in question, is it? It's strange that there is no time of death noted. So it's a simple explanation, or perhaps it was a deliberate omission.
Oh dear, if it was deliberate.
Puts me in mind of the last case we worked on in Dr. Sai. I know, anyway, it seems that... Whoa, shit. It seems that the day before Lord Van Zieks appeared, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it, you had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by their trick. No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. Miss Sleuth Hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Yeah, okay. That scent masked the underlying scent of deception, I suppose.
The criminals in question of the pair of whistle being arrested yesterday, aren't they? Mr. Sholmes' suit, I mean.
That's right, Zeus, and it was me who took him in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen. Indeed, yours truly. So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Okay. Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found. You hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, hadn't you? Why would the Inspector have been investigating them? Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own Sleuthhound interest was spiked by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tie him with the same brush as you, Sholmes? Yeah?
Yes.
Well, then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zieks for some reason. The Reaper,
Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zieks.
And Kazuma? I feel as though he knew we'd arrive at this point somehow. Gosh, I think you're right. What's he really trying to achieve here today? Trying to take the piss. All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. She says we'll be over very shortly. Yes, you're right. Kazuo was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. So what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Me too. Are you ready then, Mr. Sato?
Yes!
November, 1 p.m. the Old Bailey courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Bergvenzies, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Asogi.
My lord?
Have you summoned the witnesses as requested?
Yes, the 2 members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage.
Very good. Bailiff, you usher the 2 men in the courtroom.
Okay, these guys. Okay, I guess he got past that. These 2 men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. I am Fabien de Rousseau, a descendant of the great de Rousseau family from Nice, en France. Perfect.
Now my name is Peppino de Rossi. I am the 3rd son of the great family de Rossi, the landowners from Napoli.
Okay. 2 men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility. Those who graduate from TEMSIC are the future leaders of Europe. But, do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Take it to my mission. I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I'm trying to do. So that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out. Oui, you could say that.
Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals but the petty plans. This strange combination is at the charm of the hilarious brothers. See, Capo?
Listen to me, Peppino. I have 2 things to say to you.
Hey, Jay, are you going to tell me one of your grand anecdotes, Viva?
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this Capo. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is a serious business.
Bello, there it is, the Capo's trump card, the furrowed brow. It is deeper, Capo, the furrow, and the meaning of your words.
The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true?
Oui, c'est ça.
What exactly was the nature of the deception by which you plan to defraud?
Alors, I will explain it.
No, Capo. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. The Capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Those dogs! Why they well, we respect as redheads.
Okay.
Every night he would bury his head in his pillow.
C'est bien, Peppino. Enough. No, okay, that's not how. Enough. Ça suffit. You should have said like, ça suffit, Peppino. Enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. But 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. Yes, we saw that notice. Was this one, I believe, entitled to the Red-Headed League. Oui, c'est ça. I am honored that you have seen it. This is the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a weekly income of £4. The date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in the droves at the park. Specified in that advertisement. From each person present, the pair took an application fee of 5 shillings. Ah, and smart, actually, smart. And with the money to France, it was a plan most elegant, no? No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick.
The work was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folks like a coaster's orange sparrow.
The day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face to face with every single person present that day. I have seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life.
See, and now every time I see the capos there, I feel sick to my stomach.
Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date of our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told. Surely, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph.
Very good. So, Mr. De Russo and Mr. De Rossi, you will now give your formal testimony for the courts on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph.
Okay. Of course, we are already ready to help with the law. We had more than 1,000 red people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day.
Do not recall in this photograph, capo?
No, I don't remember him, obviously. He is dead now, but I assure you, he was not in the park.
Allora, the victims have nothing to do with us.
A lot to answer for, Peppino. Peppino, he's called Peppino! Okay, it is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Okay. You even have sworn testimony that this man in the photograph is not present. Can you be certain? Oui, I'm quite certain. We did not interview this man.
Everybody looking like this came to the park. This I can promise.
Wait, never mind. It means that you have been arrested for a grand deception, however.
Accordingly, this court has been little confidence in assurances.
Enfin, with this attitude, we get to know her, huh?
This is really a sulking now. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. There's an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads Lime Street, Red-Headed League, undercover.
I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh?
That is ridiculous. There's no question Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed.
Very well, then let me proceed with the cross-examination now.
Yes, my lord. With more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day.
I don't recall the man in this photograph, capo?
Okay, right, I already read this. Okay, let me press that. 1,000 people, that's a very big crowd. It was quite a spectacle. Redheads had come from all over the capital.
See, the capo here, he has the magnetismo animale, Nobody else would attract so many people. Could I be born again? I will be the capo.
If I could be born again. Those people wanted was the money. It was £4 per week.
You're suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants?
Oui, is that we did. Because every one of them paid us 5 shillings.
We take their names and we take the money. And we take their addresses as well. Then I tell them we take some days to let them know by post. Finito. Maybe 2 minutes a person. We start early in the morning and we stop late in the night.
So you earned 5,000 shillings in one day. That's a small fortune. Who would have thought there were 1,000 shots gettable redheads in London to start with? One of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair.
But I don't recall the man in this photograph, capo?
Hold it! But you recorded all the addresses and shit, so... You know? And do they know any Huge Boone? Or Hugh Boone?
No, I don't think this was the way, guy. He was trying to trick us. I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people.
Says the con artist. Between them, they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair. It wouldn't be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face.
No, sick Dory, maybe small. My memory is very large and never forget a thing. My opinion, I do not think this man was in the park.
It's not going to give the court the definitive seems.
Capo, you didn't see a man like this, eh?
No, I don't remember him, and obviously he's dead now, but I assure you he was not at the park.
Hold it!
According to what you said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day.
Oui, that's true.
My ears were burning by the end of the day. Surely then you can actually remember every single face. How are you certain? Wait, that this particular man wasn't present?
Normally, the redhead is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around, then he's just an eyesore. But if there was some other information you could have gave us, maybe then we could recall.
It's not the line, you know. Remember, we don't remember him. We are sure of that fact, huh? Yes, there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color. So I do not think I could have forgotten him. True. They only shown this photograph and they've told nothing else at all. What if I fed them so yeah, the fish and chips. Yeah, the fish and chips. I really appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember the situation. What if I told you that the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating incessantly? Not really. I was looking only at the heads of the applicants. I wouldn't have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and smoked salmon.
And spaghetti? Me, I love the spaghetti.
Really? I had no idea. Says them again what you said before, you know.
Si capo, si. Say it again and again.
Okay. Well, let me try pressing that again.
I would have really thought,
you know. Then I'll say the fake name of a huge boon. Yeah. Certainly appreciate it. You just knowing the man had the red hair wouldn't help you remember in the situation. But what if I told you that the man's name was Gregson? In the photograph is Monsieur Gregson.
yes. Names that are boring. I did not listen to any of them.
Oh.
Was not a real interview, eh? It was just for show. Who would I remember the names?
That's right. This changes nothing. So when the photo was not there. I see. Maybe a policeman. This seems to be a little good for pursuing this poor further. There's him again, okay.
Si capo, si. Again and again.
Okay. Let me try the other one, the last one. I think we can press him on.
Hold it!
I don't know where this is going. Honestly, I have no idea where this is going. Like, I don't have I don't have enough drip feed information to make any guesses right now. His profession? Maybe you know he's a cop. I really appreciate it, just knowing that. Okay. But what if I told you the man in the red hairpiece is actually a detective? It's been the photograph, a detective.
Yes.
It seemed to appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito. Ah, so this was all some bullshit that he made. Ah, so they were. Ah, I didn't get that yet. Okay, so like literally, there was never like a weekly pay for being a redhead. Right, they just made that shit up and then they made them pay. Yeah, there was no off. I thought they were just like piggybacking on like an actual thing that was happening. And then like make, you know, no, okay, so they just created the event and then just like extorted like the fucking 5 shillings entry fee, you know, like okay. Sorry, but this changes nothing.
Excuse me.
Okay. Something to add, Mr. DeRossi?
See, I'm always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper.
What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance?
Hey, what did I just to say about detective?
Yes, that, keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said nothing, Raji.
But why, capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said I'm an inspector from Scotland Yard. What?
Good lord.
Okay.
Order! Explain this vault fast in your testimony, witness.
It's simple. A man who was at the park said to us that he was an
There was no such man.
But what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, I
have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park.
Basta, Capo, basta! You beat me at the many things, but not to the memory and the meals. Like I said, when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is a fasta.
You're inferior to me in every other way, so shut up. Hey, yeah, that's pretty rude, man. He's French though, so that's, you know. Trop tard. The damage is done. Yep,
Indeed it is, sir.
Oui, there was a man who came to the park and he said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face was completely different.
See, it's true. The man who came was a younger. His face was clean-shaven, his eyes were sadder, his chin was a thinner.
Does it look like somebody we know? Perhaps. Oh! Was it Sherlock Holmes? You know, because you're still pretending, like, you know, he also wanted the money. To me, he pretended to be... okay. Okay, I will see it. Maybe it's Sherlock Holmes or it's Daily Vigil. Maybe. I don't know. Someone lied though. Like, I don't think it's an actual investigator. Like, you know, there was a...
There is simplest whatsoever then.
Anyway, I wasn't going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and I said to him, if you are really a detective, show us the proof.
See, the capo here, he doesn't take a nonsense, eh?
He was very well prepared. He said he had identification. Identification? You mean official police inspector's identification?
This was inconvincing.
Sorry, my lord?
Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question.
Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity?
Clearly the papers was fake. Certo, capo, you're a genius. As you say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another, eh?
And what happened after he announced that he was a detective? Became very annoying. He said you are under investigation. I took his papers from him and chased him at the park.
It was fantastico. And look, here is identification.
So you stole it from the man?
Yeah, did coming and made us very scared. He was not who he said he was.
Okay, so is there gonna be like written Hugh Boone on there?
Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. I believe it would be prudent for his identification papers to be entered into evidence.
But I lack them.
Look at them. Okay, let's see.
Now, let us return to the witness's testimony.
Okay, let's check what it's about. Fuck off. Let's just open it. Okay, I guess you're gonna open it from the back. Well, I suppose we should see this inspector's identification. Look inside. Looks like inside, yeah. So. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it?
Out of interest, what name is given?
Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson. Wait, what? This Scotland looks genuine to me. But how? And the department identification number details are all correct as well. Since when have you known those? Do you mean to say...
No, it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard.
But that's unbelievable. This is the real thing after all? Okay. Maybe they... I think I know what happened. The guy killed him, stole his fucking paperwork, and then went to go as him, like pretend he's an investigator. And yeah, like he used his, like the paper he like stole from the body of Gregson. Uh-huh.
Let us return to the witness's testimony.
It has nothing to do with us, sir. But let's present the passport. I mean the identification papers.
Objection!
Okay, it doesn't work. Cool. Capo. Okay, is it this one that we gotta press?
Objection!
It's the same fucking statement, come on. I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Mr. Strayed. Why Mr. Strayed?
What is your intention here, Counsel?
Is this really a fake or is it genuine? That's the question, which we can answer ourselves. It'd be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen.
Hold it.
That is the boss's. No questions about it. Can be. Yeah, as I suspected. The undercover detective went into the red-headed league's enrollment of the day in question. Was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation. Zut alors! No Frenchman says that. Zut alors! Come on.
Oja, Oja!
But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported it straight away. I mean, he was always on him about it. If you lose something, if you lose something, report it at once, he'd say.
Could it be then that the inspector was physically unable to report it?
Physically, aye? Well, what are you saying?
Okay, wait, not unable to. You're not suggesting.
Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen.
No. I think my theory is actually the correct one. He was just gonna figure it out later on. Like, you know, it wasn't him at all. It was just someone that stole his papers.
Oja, Oja, Oja!
The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that?
I know nothing. I don't know nothing.
Okay. Pull yourself together, Peppino. Mon Dieu, couldn't you have a little more like a master criminal than that? You can behave, yeah.
No wish I'd returned to Italia.
So stop crying, Peppino, please.
Otherwise, I... Lume, stop here whining and start talking.
All I believe they call into...
I know nothing. I don't know nothing.
Okay. But you will tell everything. Or face the worst possible outcome.
You will dry your eyes and testify again. But these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them.
Okay. We're crying out loud. I mean, literally. How old are these dudes? Like, actually, like, are they like actual childs? Like, what's going on? We have the age. Yeah, we have the age. Yeah, 26. He's 26 and 25. They're older than me, bro. How are you crying like that? Or maybe because they're rich. They're like they're nobility. So they're like, you know, they're like ass wipes, silver spooned, and like they, you know, the real world, like, you know, is too much for their like, you know, pampered ass. Yeah.
The truth is, we took an prisoner and kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case.
Bro. You're just crying about the... You just... Like... Wait, did they just admit that they were like fucking sequestrating him?
What the fuck? We took his identification from him and shut him in the room next to ours. There might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm, and the next morning we let him go. He spent the night in a nice room. It was nothing like a prison, really.
Okay.
This is outrageous. You imprisoned a man.
But no, see, no. It was not like a prison. He was very comfortable and calm and happy. Aye, capo? It was never part of my plan. I swear it. Oofa, so do you think it was my fault, eh? Just because I got the date of the ferry wrong by one little day?
I don't think it was your fault, Peppino. I know it.
No, per favore, capo, it is not fair.
Reverend and I'm squabbling back at the prison, gentlemen.
I don't believe this. How could he have been a real detective?
It's for the defense to pursue the cross-examination.
So the day before the incident, Gregson spent the night confined in the spare's hideout. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna say more about this. It's kinda fucked up. You realize what you're saying?
You have to believe me, I never intended for that to happen.
Yep.
I'm sure the detective did not intend it either.
Do you think?
But there was nothing else I could do. See, nothing else.
Okay, sorry.
This was the first time for the capo. He was at the end of his wits.
I've told you before, you know, that is not the way to declare a criminal mastermind. What about this hideout of yours?
An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street. We rented the place for 2 days. It was an imprising idea by the capo here.
Impulsive idea, I would say.
No, not impulsive, inspired. Hey, capo? What am I supposed to say to that? Peppino?
It was in the house described that you confined Inspector Gregson, was it?
Oui. But you have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector.
It doesn't quite add up though. If you didn't think the man was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there? Yeah. No, alright. But you couldn't be completely certain. But I didn't think it was Hold it! Yeah. Too scared, why?
Because why had he come to the park? We didn't know. There was a chance that he had seen through my plan. If it was the case, he would go straight to the police station to blow out the whistle on us. Even if he was just feigning to be an inspector, he was up to no good, huh? Without a doubt.
I think most people will agree that it's you who were up to no good.
Well, see, you may be right, eh, capo?
The point is, we were not able to escape from England immediately. That is why we had no choice but to take the man prisoner. What I don't understand is why the inspector felt the need to show you his identification in the first place.
See, I ask myself the same question.
We're writing down the names and addresses of all the people who we took 5 shillings from that day. I've forgotten what name he said, but the address, it startled me.
See, address, Scotland Yard, Homicide Division, he said.
He just said like, okay, yeah, the police station. Probably didn't like your face, Peppino. Anyway, I was not rude. I was just police asking him why he said he had said it, and that when he started he was an inspector. Not long afterwards, he took out his identification. What's the inspector playing at? There's the court. What happened next? Took him back to your hideout, you say?
See, we did.
No, okay, that's hard.
We did.
Okay.
We took the man's identification from him and shut him in the room next to ours.
Yeah, where is that though? Where's that room? They're being this identification book here, correct? Okay.
See, that's the one.
What made you believe that it was a forgery?
Never seen a real one, of course. But he was so suspicious, this man. Allora, I was thinking, it must be a falso. Ai capo.
Oui, it is just as Peppino has said. We are convinced he was not genuine.
And so, together, the hellacious brother, we took the man captive.
All we did was shove him inside a locked room. Then we made preparations to transport all the money. In for a penny, in for a pound. I guess. But that's not the information I wanted though. There might have been a little tussle between him no arm and the next morning we let him go. Okay. When's the next morning? What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? Buff. No one says that. Okay. Buff just means like mid. Like this French for mid. You know, like why would you say mid? It was nothing. Like why would you say that?
It was nothing, just a minor incident. The false inspector, he was a real piece of work, ai capo.
What happened?
Uffa, it was a disaster. We gave him a nice room, and what does he do? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the ventilator.
Can you blame him? We chased him, bien sûr, and we called him again.
Can you blame us?
Yeah. Wait, you didn't shoot the man in your haze, did you? Zut! Again, no one says zut. Like, zut is like such a dead word now. Like it's only like the super mega prudes that said it. You know, like do not say a swear word, like do not say a bad word. You know, like merde. They would say merde. You know, like which means shit. You know, merde. Who do you think we are? Of course not. He simply got hold of him again and took him back into the room.
Excuse me.
Oh, Dio. What did you say that? So the Rose, is something wrong?
Hey, me?
Something Mr. DeRusso just said. It seemed to make you, well, it seemed to make you active and more strangely than usual. What was all that? What was that all about?
Cavolo, at times like that, you don't want to have the capo after you, believe me. And I speak from a personal experience.
From personal experience? Such is enough, Peppino. There's no need to say more.
The truth is, the night before we put the red-headed league plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair to the capo, but I tried to run away.
It's a shame you didn't manage it.
The capo, he came after me like a turbine, and he dragged me back to the house, kicking and screaming. Still have the bruises to prove it. Aye, capo?
Bruises, you say?
Ah, you wanna see, You wanna see my fantastical bruises?
Wait, so it's enough now, Peppino? No one wants to look at any part of you. Wait, they like took him, like they strangled him from the fucking neck. Like holy shit, that's like brutal. But I do remember, this guy, like also has the mark. Yeah, look, has a mark as well. Did Gregson have that mark too? Let me see. No, he doesn't have any. Does he or does he not? Again, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Which is not now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you.
What do I have to do? I show you. I don't. I show you or I don't.
You do now.
Allora, if everybody wants to see it, then I do it. Ecco, you see, it is very visible, eh?
That red ring around your neck, that got that when you were dragged back to the house.
See, the capo, sometimes he is very rough.
I said that's enough. Peppino's neck is nothing to do with what we are talking about here. You have my word.
Yes. What is your opinion, Counsel?
What is red ring? I wonder, does it matter? It's important. Mr. De Rossi, I'm going to have to ask you. You amend your testimony with details about that mark on your neck.
Aye, capo, you see? Everyone is interested in what I say, huh?
Very well, you will amend your testimony as requested, Mr. De Rossi.
See, if you really want to know.
Did it skip the capo, put the collar, and then drag them back and what did we do? Worked out. I don't know how relevant this is though.
Hold it!
Are you saying that the red mark was caused by
See, a big collar I met from a...
Okay, I got a flash of the, you know, the color. You know, the color that we found in Dresden's room, right? You know? But surely that's not it, though. But... a leather collar. This room, is it also? The Russo? What? We had at Saint Bernard at home when I was younger. It is a souvenir from that time, with a very long, very strong chain. A strong chain. And you put that around your friend's neck. I'm sorry, I was so angry that he was leaving me alone. Did not have to tie the chain to the leg of the bed, though, But I've not have to tie it around my way. You didn't do that to Inspector Gregson as well, did you?
Treat the people as equal, He is the capos, he is the motor,
It's starting to sound like a lot more like a prison all of a sudden.
The capos are tough, but the capos are rough.
I should have done it. So, the following morning, when you release the inspector.
He had a red ring on his neck just like me.
Pino, s'il vous plaît, leave it now.
Now you know, The capo here don't wanna tangle with him, But for Inspector, it's not so bad.
You just said it was like prison, though.
Hold it!
You literally just said it was like a prison. You took away the man's freedom, however comfortable you make it sound. You were still holding him a prisoner.
If you say that, then I say this. There is something that takes away our freedom too. The lack of money. So you are the prisoners as well, All of us.
Huh?
The money, the freedom, that is the truth.
It is true.
It makes me mad and it makes me sad. What can we do?
Well, if you also disenfranchise, take money to court. Though it'll cost you, of course. Okay.
Oofa, there you have it. You see, that is why we need the red head of the league, to fight for the justice.
Perhaps it has a point. No, Mr. Naruto.
Oh indeed, I was to give the man a comfortable place to sleep for the night. And you say it was a prison,
Perhaps he has a point again.
Not again, no again, Mr. Naruto. Should have heard him snoring. But if anyone says it was us.
Okay. Much to go on, really.
Your testimony doesn't make me wonder, you know.
This pocket watch belonging to the inspector, I mean. Yes, the one he treasured so much, apparently. He was convicted without restraint as a witness on our plan. He would still be able to wind his watch. It's very true, yes. So then Inspector Gerson actually died while he was being held captive by these redheads.
In which case, is it possible that these two young men are responsible for Inspector Gregson's...
To be honest, I found that hard to believe. Perhaps you should try to find out exactly what happened. We will.
Very wise, Mr. Naruto, yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess we need to press on the previous statements then.
Hold it!
Okay, I already did press this. Never mind. I already read this. Cool. I think I already press this. Can we just show the clock then?
Objection!
No, it doesn't work. Okay. I don't know.
Objection!
Yeah, never mind. I wonder though, like, Like, how are we supposed to... Okay, we just pressed every statement, didn't we? Yeah, we took the man's identification. Did I press this though? I feel like I didn't press this one. Okay, that being his book here correct. See, that is the one, eh?
You believed it was a forgery.
Okay, no, I did press this. Okay, so... I'm thinking, you know, the neck statement. Yeah, and then we present to this one, but I don't know what to... Okay, let me save them. Like, I only have 2 fucking lives left. Okay. Okay. Drag him back. Like what he did to Ami. Oh yeah, but... Right, the image, yeah, okay.
Objection!
There is no markings on his neck. So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was... Oh, Millie? Or we describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains.
What inconsistency, Counsel, is this, Counsel?
I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring around his neck. But that makes no sense. It was you who took the collar of the man in the morning? And I saw the red bruises on his neck. I have? Wait. Just like I have? Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness's neck, I would expect to see bruising on the victim, who was put in the collar more recently than Mr. De Rossi.
Indeed, that is most peculiar.
But what do we tell you, huh? We say this from the beginning many times. Oui, Peppino is right. The man in the photograph is someone different to the man we held captive that night. Yeah, again, that was not him. He died a long time ago. Like, he died and he got his paper stolen. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? The gossip guy. It was the gossip guy who killed him. This fucker is like behind the death of the most legendary investigator in the fucking... I'm telling you, it's gonna be him. Because he has the markings on the neck. Because he was the one who killed him. Alright, he killed Gregson. And then he took his paper and he tried to, like, you know, fuck with the dudes and the redhead thing. And then he got, like, you know, sequestrated by these guys. Sorry. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's so obvious. He's the killer. This fucking prick. Why do you do that then? What a fucking piece of shit. Fuck. I hope there's a good reason, bro. Actually, I don't want to hear it, because you still fucking killed Gregson, you fucking trash can. Fuck you. I'm gonna piss now. Anyway. Oza! Would appear then that on the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all. If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. This person had made that assertion itself. And we also know that the inspector had made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day, which really means we can divorce the two events completely.
Inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling. If I were to derive special action from these two red-headed gentlemen encountered, they would, that no person can be seen around his neck defies explanation. But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter, how did that person came to be in possession of the real inspector's identification? There's a difference of some plausible explanation, Counsel.
Yes, for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulous notes in the court record, Mr. Naruto, because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie.
No, the facts cannot lie. Even when they point to something so incredible, it's almost unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for the Red-Headed in League's enrollment is revealed by information in the court record, I believe.
Good gracious.
Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruto. So why don't you help us all to see whatever truth it is that you've apparently seen? Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before Mr. Russo and Mr. DeRossi? An imposter. Yeah, I know who it is, though it seems incredible, I admit. The undeniable facts point to only one thing. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck, the person who these two red-headed men took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, your whole argument up now has been a waste of time. Shut the fuck up. On the contrary, I haven't finished. Yeah, bitch. Okay. There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the question immediately posed next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification?
See, that's right. We tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the capo dragged him out from a pillar to a post with a dog collar.
Mon Dieu, Peppino, I was not so harsh as you say, huh?
See, was that a false inspector, eh? Who was he?
Clearly, the defense has an idea about that. They tried the idea of the man these two in prison that night.
But as you can't say, who did it?
It was this guy, this fucking prick.
Take that!
There we go.
Goodness me, isn't that?
There we go. My predictions are yet again correct. Anyway, which, I mean, it was kind of obvious. There was like clear signs. Anyway, one of the witnesses who was in the stand in this very courtroom earlier today. A nameless man whose only occupation appears to be a peddling hearsay to passersby. What on earth would a street seller be doing with a police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses, is this the man or not? What has happened to his lip? Alright. I think he is Hugh Boone. He is Hugh Boone. This is when this was like his like house. But he was never there, and like I don't know, maybe he shot Gregson because like he was like I don't know, some shit like that. I don't know. But you got like fucking like beat the shit out of by them and also like strangled. And that's why he has the death thing.
See, this is the man of not for the red-headed league, eh? He's looking for a twisted lip league, I know.
Rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead. It seems improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck. I read the ring of bruising. Eh? What? I like his like pain strike, like sprite. This is like very cool. I don't know. Like, I don't know. The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. We'll put the wig on his head.
Order, bailiff! Bring the aforementioned witness back into the courtroom. Immediately!
Yeah. There we go.
Well, I never. And then a ring of bruising indeed, and identical. That of the witness beside him.
What's going on here, eh? Well, isn't just me, it's a birthmark, isn't it?
Birthmark, you say? Assume the reason you've been recalled to the stand has been explained to you.
Something about an inspector again. I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong as usual.
You're denying all knowledge of it.
Well, of course I am. Are you trying to kill me with all this nonsense, eh?
Well, at least you'll have more stories to peddle back on Fresno Street, won't you? Now, we're going to need you to testify again. And you, Mr. DeRusso and Mr. DeRossi, I'm sure you'll cooperate, won't you? Do we have any choice?
We're in the big trouble, I capo.
Square enough dilatory chatter. Proceed with the testimony.
Okay. The man who claimed to be an inspector that day was definitely not this man.
He's right, see, you think we would have forget these grand lips, eh? I never leave Fresno Street, alright? I have no interest in any United League. I'm all alone in the world, me, I've no kinfolk or nothing. Or would I be involved in something like that? Just look at me, eh? It doesn't look like I could carry off this guy with a face like this.
Yeah, because it's like you actually got fucking punched in the face. That's why it's so like big.
It would certainly appear to have the wrong man.
Dude. Dude. Look at this. Look at this. You see his face? Do you see his face? Yeah, right. You see his face? You see his face? Look at him. I think it's the same guy. Like, it's the same haircut. I don't know. Maybe I'm like very, very off, but like, he has the same haircut and like he has the same head shape. I mean, I guess they have a different nose, so never mind. But he got like, I don't know. But he got like, maybe he got like super uppercutted. He got like punched in the big lips, you know, like. So like, maybe, it's quite possible actually, but how old is he though? Like, do we know how old he is? Like, maybe he just got like rough and tumbled super hard, you know? Pretending to be like a youngin when he's not a youngin. And like, you look, they have the same pop color thing going on. And why other reason? Like, would there be like a vigil, like portrait, you know, in the place? Yeah, I think I got it. Actually. And I have him telling you there was no need for this pointless testimony. That's right, I am just a simple peddler. Remember, Fresno Street, that's all I know. What I have come by police inspector's identification book, eh? Well, yes, that's right to explain, but... Oh, and now he totally has a reason for killing the guy! Because Gregson was the one who, like, he figured the whole thing out, and therefore this guy was fired. See, the dismissal notice. Look, listen to me. And now, whoever's in the stream, hearing. This guy is this gossip dude is actually this guy who is the husband of this woman, and that's why the photograph was in this place, and he's taking revenge on Gregson because he got dismissed 10 years ago because Gregson figured out the case, and it wasn't Gregson's hideout at all. It was his hideout. He was piecing everything of the case himself, like all this time during 10 years, trying to, you know, like prove some shit. And I don't know, you know, and yeah. And just he killed Gregson because of a 10-year-old vendetta. Okay, maybe it's huge brain, or it's either like a bajillion galaxy IQ brain, or like it's like just genuinely like fucking like I have nothing but water floating in my skull, you know, one or the other, like in between. But yeah, I don't know.
A brief cross-examination, I think, Counsel. Very brief.
Isn't there anyone in the courtroom who thinks I might be onto something? Estin, satisfied at your side as always, Mr. Narhado. The man who claimed to be inspector that day was definitely not this man. Hold it! So you say, but how can you be quite so certain? There's no need to hurt your hands on the desk, monsieur. Surely the reason is obvious, no? Because I have never seen lips like this. Nevertheless, there's a clear red mark on Mr. Gossip's neck, and it looks very much like that left behind on. And that's why he didn't come home yet. You know, that's why he didn't come home, because it looked like fucking shit. Because he got like fucking punched so fucking hard, he couldn't go back home to his wife. You know, like he had to hide himself from like just to heal a little. You know, it looks very much like that left behind on the neck of your colleagues by your press collar. Mon Dieu, with your words, it is like you're trying to wring my neck. It doesn't look very much like my neck, though, eh? No, this is a birthmark, lad. Biggest lips in London and a neck to die for. Either broke the mold when they made me. It's the first time in my life feel lucky to have been born with red hair. I thought being Japanese made you stand out in London.
So maintain that you've never seen this man before.
Oui, c'est ça. Swear to it by the flames of my hair. You do have cool hair though. I will give him that. The fear spread has outgrown the frustration with your hair now, has it?
Okay. He's right, see? You think he would have forgotten his grand lips, eh?
But his lips could be forged, you know? Maybe he got a BBL in his lips, you know? Or no, that's not actually, no, he got Botox, not Brazilian butt lift on his lips. Okay, he got a Botox on his lips. Like in like emergency Botox. I said, well, I don't imagine I'll forget his lips in a hurry either.
This is what does my saying. For some reason, it makes me wanna eat. How did Fabien call it? An eclair. You know, I've never been the hair as black as yours before either. Likewise, I've never seen hair like yours until I came to Britain. See, maybe it's a national trait, eh? Maybe all the people from this man's country have a grand lips. No, that was born right here on Stressner Street, and I've never left. Oof, that is the problem, see?
If you didn't go back, go to the park on Lime Street that day, Mr. Gossip.
No, how many times do you want me to say it, eh?
And he would have easy access to, like, you know, the firecrackers because he hangs out with the firecracker lady. You know what I'm saying?
I never leave Stressner Street, alright? I have no interest in any red-headed league.
Hold it! Is that really true though? Is it Justin Trudeau, you know? So you'd heard of the Red-Headed League, had you?
You don't get that name like Gossip for nothing, eh? It's my business to know what's going on in town. I saw that tasty tidbit to a fair few redheads that came past me. Just between us, I even got sandwich a cough up for it. Well, he does have a very, very red nose if that counts. Who knows? As you can see, my own hair's not got a hint of red in it. In any case, the rest is straight to my patch. You won't catch me sliding off some other part of town.
So?
No, sir, not likely.
Ah, there we go.
Excuse me. Is that so?
Monsieur de Rousseau.
Oui? Can I help you?
Did Mr. Gossip's words just now lead you to remember something relevant, perhaps? It was the other day, when I was looking for a place near the park, a small house or something. To be the headquarters of your Red-Headed League, yes?
I visited a housing agent on Lime Street, and there I saw him. This man was paying money to the agent. What?
Mr. Gossip.
With a housing agent?
He had some kind of contract in his hand,
and they were clearly discussing terms. But no, you're mistaken, chum. You've never left Fresno Street, me, like I said before. You've mistaken me for someone else, someone with the same face. No, the capo is right. I remember it, tattoo. He was paying the man with the banknotes.
with notes.
Like I said, that wasn't me. Which scares away this man with the tight dirty clothes that so much money. So I looked at the name of the papers.
What? It was Hugh Boone. It was Hugh Boone. It was Hugh Boone.
You know, this man, he lies. He tells you that he has no name. But in the fact he's...
Just fucking... I fucking told you. And now this literally connects to my theory from before of like him being like actually Mr. Vigil. You know, this is just a fake identity he made. And, you know, I don't know, like because he has the picture of Mrs. Vigil because it's his house. Therefore, he has the picture of his wife. Obviously, you know, yeah, because it never was Gregson's hideout. It was Vigil's hideout, aka Huge Boone. Yes, hideout. You know. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay.
I'm a bit of the bits of information like I said on Fresno Street, and that's that. I don't much like for talking about my personal life.
Indeed. And it is not the intention of the court to invade the privacy of witnesses. Very well, I shall respect your wishes, sir. The aforementioned name should be redacted from all court records of this trial, assuming no objection.
Yeah, objection, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, my lord, but the defendant does object. Because the name just mentioned has a very, 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 very deep significance to this case, buddy.
Good gracious, do you similarly object, Prosecutor Arstogi?
Yeah. As it happens, my lord, the particular name has already been mentioned during today's proceedings.
Well, I never! In what capacity?
Hugh Boone. The name of the leaseholder of the room. Let me put this very simply. The victim's body was discovered in your rented room. I suggest, that you start talking.
Very alright. I suppose that might be the case, aye?
So your real name is Hugh Boone.
Just between us, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but there's no finer peddler of tidbits in town. So I happen to be able to afford a grubby little room in a falling down backstreet townhouse. You do? And once every 6 months, I go and pay the rent to the agent on Elm Street. I remember now, there were 2 vulgar redheads in there last time.
If either of us is a vulgar, it's not me.
Think again, Peppino. Why didn't you bring this up before? Because of the killer.
Just stick it to you already.
You don't think you're talking about this? Yeah, that's not a fucking excuse. Kill yourself. Okay. Okay, that slipped out on its own. I'm sorry. Actually, no. I'm not gonna pretend like I say that. I say that all the time. You know, but like when it's deserved. But you know, anyway, whatever.
You will update your testimony to include the most surprising revelation, Mr. Boone.
If I must. So the leaseholder Scotland Yard has been looking for since the body was discovered. Has been here under our noses all along.
Indeed. I are in the room I ordered for it, so for what difference it makes.
Hold it!
So, you live in that room presumably, do you?
No, I don't live there. What do you think? There's no bed, is there? Just a desk.
And why would you want to rent it?
Well, I don't think I should have to say, really.
It's your secret. It's your secret investigation thing. And how about the notice board in there? Just covered from top to bottom in confidential documents only the police should have had access to.
No, that board's not mine. Inspector must have brought it along. It's only the other bits and bobs that belong to me, the desk and the chair and that.
And the portrait of your wife! And people don't generally carry enormous notice boards around with them. The real question is, why was Inspector Gregson killed there in your room?
You see, I've not the faintest idea. I mean, it's causing me no end of bother, to be honest.
It seems to me that Mr. Boone would rather as little is known about his room as possible for some reason.
It does come across that way, and more importantly, knowing that the scene of the crime is actually his room completely changes things. In particular, there's one part of his testimony that's really bothering me now. So I'm finally going to undo this man. I'm gonna control Z this motherfucker. Looking for nothing. Kinfolk or nothing, huh? So what's this picture about, huh? If you have no kinfolk, as you put it. Explain why it is that among the sparse furnishings from this photograph in the room. Or either it's actually him, or that's their son. Presumably you've been renting the room, that this photograph belongs to you, does it not?
Well,
I think it's the son, actually. It makes more sense if it's the son, you know. Hugh Boone. Mr. Boone, drop the pretense and tell the court exactly who you really are.
I don't really know what you mean. I'm a peddler. I keep telling you so. You don't really need to bother with me. Please, just leave it alone.
As the man says, leave it alone. Whatever the truth is about this man's life is... Because it's simply not possible that he impersonated Inspector Gregson. Buddy. Shh. Why you... Shut up! How can you be so sure? Just look at the man, bro. None of this guy's could ever hide those unmissable features. But what if we were to look at this the other way around?
What do you mean?
Yes, Counsel, what do you mean?
Well, there's no denying Mr. Boone's lips is very prominent indeed. We consider the possibility that his prominent lip is itself part of an elaborate disguise. Yeah! Yeah! I just... Okay, there we go. Okay. It seems indeed he was Galaxy Brain all along. And hiding that prominent feature, in other words, revealing his true face, would make an utterly impenetrable disguise. Wouldn't you agree? Mr. Hugh Boone!
Good witness, are you still hiding this from his court?
If it is a disguise, then underneath it, his true identity must be.
Yes, that's right. There's really only one person he could really be. My lord, the defense believes it can reveal Mr. Boone's true identity to the court. No, please, no. You killed my fucking bro. You're not gonna come out of this alive, bro. You're going to the gallows, bro. You killed fucking Inspector Gregson. You think I'm gonna leave you alone, bro? You're out of your mind, man. Ah, man, I'm gonna send you to the fucking, like... I'm gonna pull the electric chair like switch myself, brother. Ah, trust me. Yeah, he's Daily Vigil.
Take that!
Your real name is actually Mr. Vigil, isn't it? Mr. Daily Vigil. Ah!
Don't recall the name, Counsel. Who is this, Mr. Vigil?
Yeah, Daily Vigil. Daily Vigil. Like, you know, he's the Vigil daily because he's the gossip. You know? Because a Vigil is a guy who looks out, and a Daily Vigil is someone who looks out every day because he's a gossip. Anyway,
Recall the name, Counsel. Who is this, Mr. Vigil?
it's a name I encountered yesterday, my lord. Has to do with a certain client of Mr. Sherlock Holmes. A young gentlewoman came to the detective asking him to locate her missing husband. Yeah, the puns. The name was also a clue, you know. The woman in this photograph, in fact, but I'm surprised I didn't pick it up actually. Anyway, the woman in this photo, but I did figure it out anyway. It doesn't matter. I figured this shit. I'm so proud of myself. Yes. Okay. The woman in this photograph, in fact, this is Mrs. Vigil. What? From what I understand, you haven't returned home since the night before the inspector was found dead. But of course, on that night, you were being held captive by the two red-headed League gentlemen. League men, yeah. And last night, you were put up by the prosecution service in preparation for testifying in this trial, because we'd been led to believe that you, Miss Venus, and Mr. Sandwich were all homeless. Being important witnesses in this case, we need to know where we could find you, of course. Explains why you've only been unable to return home, but also unable to contact your wife, who's been beside herself with worry, waiting for you at the Vigil residence. No, now hold on a minute. I don't have the first... What I'm talking about? Really? It's a simple enough matter to confirm my suspicions. All I have to do is pull off the disguise. No, please.
Bailiff, bring soap and sponge and a wash bowl at once. We'll clean him squeaky clean. Mr. DeRosso and Mr. DeRosso, you'll restrain the witness.
Oui, my lord.
See, my lord.
Let's go. Kill this man! Kill him! Kill him! Okay. No! I rest my case. That's all I have to say. All I have to say. I was even fooled by the fucking disguise, buddy. Just had to look at your little, not at your coal locks. I'm gonna call them because they're definitely not Goldilocks. Anyway. Okay, I'm very happy of how this turned out.
Well,
This game still manages to be peak. Oh, awesome. Okay.
we are now seeing your true features, I presume.
Yeah. Lift your head, sir, so the court can see your face.
Would appear that the defense counsel's assertions was entirely correct. This has all been a very elaborate deception. So witnesses, tell the court, have you seen this man before?
I don't believe it, but... See, there is no question. This is that inspector I would say in the park.
Extraordinary!
The day of the Red-Headed League enrollment, the men claiming to be Inspector Gregson who appeared before Mr. Roos, Mr. DeBruce and Mr. DeRossi in the park. Was you disguised as the inspector, or rather, was you posing as the inspector and no disguise at all? Yeah. Mr. Visual was formerly employed as the chief warder at Berkeley Prison.
Chief Warder? Then your career had promise. Why would you quite possibly have become the future governor of the prison? What on earth have you been doing peddling the tittle-tattle on Frester Street?
Well, it's been 10 years since Mr. Vigil worked at the prison. 10 years. I'm really dreadful story. Wait. What voice? I'm really dreadfully sorry about all of this. Yes, it's true. I'm Daily Vigil. And you were the chief warder at Berkeley Prison 10 years ago? 10 years ago? No, 10 years ago. Okay. So where did Mr. Hugh Boone come from? Boone is the other me. It's a name I invented.
Well, evidently there's a great deal under the surface there.
I'll explain everything. I'll tell you just how wretched my life has become. Yeah, he's been like doing this, like gossiping shit, you know. As you say, it was 10 years ago now. Yeah, because he got laid off, but his wife still doesn't know he got laid off because he was, you know, doing this shit, you know, like getting money by like doing like gossip and all that shit, you know, like on the streets. That's how he was being able to get by and continue that lie that he made, you know, with his wife. To an end. Came to an end. Having left the prison service, I searched for some new occupation by which to earn a wage. Times were hard in London, and I found no suitable engagements at all. In desperation one day, I turned my hand at selling wares on Fresno Street. But your wife appears to know nothing of this. She still maintains that you are the chief warder at Berkeley Prison. I was utterly determined that my wife should not know of my failings, which is why I've never told her. I opened an account at the bank under the name of Hugh Boone, and I rented the cheapest room I could find on Fresno Street, the scene of the very crime I'm investigating. Yes, that's right. A place from which I could emerge every morning at 8 as a squalid peddler, and transform myself back every evening at 5 into a well-dressed man about town before returning home. It quickly became my daily routine. I was puzzled by the lack of furniture in the room, but that explains it. But why on earth didn't you just tell us this in the first place? I have a wife, sir, and 2 sons. Without wishing to sound self-conceited, they regard me with some pride. I couldn't bring myself to disappoint them. But you killed the guy. I know you killed him. They instead decided to conceal your occupation from them. Or was it really him though? It would make sense if he had, because he has a motive for killing the guy, you know? He definitely has a good motive. But did he actually do it? We're playing Race Attorney and we're only on the first part of the trial. I'm having some doubts. I've made such a terrible mess of everything. Still, one thing doesn't add up. No matter how many tidbits of information you could sell to passing gentlemen, even at 6 pence a piece, you couldn't hope to match the salary you must have commanded as chief warder at the prison. I think it's too early but it's too early for it to be him. You're right, yeah.
Very true. You have kept your family in comfort despite 10 years of somewhat misbegotten employment.
Maybe he steals. Maybe he's a hitman. It was all thanks to Ooh. It was all thanks to Inspector Gregson. Interesting. Curious. What? Inspector Gregson? What on earth? He said he doesn't have a motive. It was some years after I had invented Boone and begun my other life as a street seller. He, the inspector that is, recognized me one day.
Do you mean to say the victim was an acquaintance of yours?
Knew him from my time working at the prison.
Ooh.
He saw me what I'd become. He was deeply troubled for me and my family. From that day forward, he visited me on Fresno Street with increasing regularity. Then one day, he asked me if I could carry out a secret assignment for him.
Ah, he was his like little sidekick, like his secret sidekick agent. He was his and he paid him for that type of service. I see. Oops. There we go.
Secret, what was it?
Well, it's a secret, isn't it?
Was to impersonate the inspector.
What? Impersonate him? Why?
We all just made in a little room so the inspector could brief me.
Visit Argsy's tomorrow and take a statement from the proprietress.
There's always something along those lines. Surveillance work, interviewing people. On those occasions, he would lend me his identification so people who would believe who I was. Instructions were to make an impression, to let people know that Inspector Gregson had been at work. And for those services, he compensated me financially.
Scotland Yard Inspector willingly relinquished his identification to your care with intent to deceive. That I'm sure I need not point out is very serious criminal offense.
But why? What was the point of you impersonating him? I don't think he was a lazy bones. I think he wanted to double time. Like, I don't know. Like he wanted to double time everything. So he had like two Inspector Gregsons running out, running the place, running London. You know, he's cool like that. I don't think he was lazy. Yeah, I don't think he was lazy, and like he just wanted to like make people think he was not working on shit, or maybe he was like doing even top secret, more top secret case. You know, I don't know, something like that. But why? What was the point of you impersonating him?
I truthfully do not know. All I can say is that the inspector warned me on numerous occasions.
Remember, Virgil, I need your solemn word. You don't blab about this to anyone, alright? Ever! Even if I end up... Wait. Even if I end up a crook, huh?
Okay. Well, he just did, though.
In time, he started to bring papers with him to the room as well. It became something of a second office for him.
Yeah, you can see that. So, in fact, the person who declared himself to be Inspector Gregson at the park on 9th Street was really...
Yes, it was me, acting on the inspector's orders. As usual, I removed my boots disguise. And then was instructed to the park, armed with the inspector's identification book. It never occurred to me that a bruise on my neck might give me away.
And I think the reason why he said that, like, don't let anyone know, despite me dying, because he would tarnish his own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Well, it seems this confession completely destroys the defense's case. Eh?
Oh,
okay. Because he doesn't have a motive. Zeeks doesn't have a motive either, you fucking mongrel.
Explain yourself, Professor Asogi.
But our friend's assertion was as follows. The victim was killed at another location on the day before his corpse was discovered. The hands of these two red-headed league men when they imprisoned the inspector. No, that wasn't what we said at all.
But no, that can't be. After all, it wasn't the inspector who went to the park that day, it was me. Oh goodness.
Finally, we have clarity. Yeah, well, he died while you were away.
We had nothing to do with the murder of the inspector. And merci, Monsieur de la Défense, for proving it.
You know, as usual, typical. No, it just means this case is more complicated than we assumed.
Order! Indeed, it would appear that we have reached A de facto conclusion of sorts. These witnesses have no involvement in the murder of the victim, as proven somewhat ironically by the defense. I hereby call an end to the cross-examination.
Hold it!
My man! Okay. Pardon me, my lord, but with your permission, I would like to pose one further question to the witness. Kazuma?
What question, counsel?
Considers the events of 10 years ago. I believe he would have been present at the very significant execution. Yeah. His father's execution. Literally his father's execution. He wants to know the timing, bro. Come on. I believe you would have been present at a very significant execution that was carried out at the time. 10 years ago? The execution of the professor, Genshin Asugi. I want to know exactly what your involvement was.
Oh.
Answer me, man!
One moment, counsel. Is this related to the current case?
Naturally. It is the prosecution's belief that this case and the events of 10 years ago are inextricably linked. Yeah, because of the board.
Does the defense concur, counsel?
Kazuma, you're not yourself. You're not as calm as collected as usual.
Poor Kazuma-sama. No wonder he's acting this way. Mr. Vigil's memories of what happened 10 years ago. Who told the tale of Genshin Asugi's last moments? His own father.
I know, I do understand that, but even so. No, you're not getting shit, buddy! No, you know. Prosecutor Asugi. Do you genuinely believe that this question requires an answer in order to learn the truth behind Inspector Gregson's death? I need you to trust me. Please. Very well. Then the defense has no objections. Okay. Well, good thing we have our best friend across the fucking room, eh?
I see. In that case, you will answer the question, witness.
Truth is, I remember very little of the time. You've forgotten? I'm sorry to say yes. As I said, I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. But for some peculiar reason, my memory of the events leading up to that moment is extremely hazy.
Doesn't this strike you as strange, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Well, 10 years is a long time. But you have forgotten the reason why he left such an important job.
Yes, you're right. And not only that. Also, the music is fucking banging. Mr. Vigil's claim contradicts what we already know. The human spirit is as a fragile thing, it's broken all too easily. Which is why we'll fucking break your ass right here. We have a tendency to wrap it up for protection. Oh, okay, right. It's a repressed memory.
Sorry? The human spirit? Afraid I don't understand what you mean.
When we experience pain and suffering that we feel unable to bear, we block it out, obliterate it from our memories, seal it away. But it never truly leaves us. Hey, yeah, I didn't know psychology was still prevalent. Like, good on you for knowing, like, very, you know, very, early, whatever, avant-garde, like, psychology things, bro. If the seal is broken, the memories resurface, and when they do, that fragile spirit may finally be crushed. But I really don't...
Kazuma-sama.
Yeah. Oh, cracking my back. I don't know if you hear that, but holy shit, all my vertebrae. But if it must be crushed, then so be it, because the truth will not stay buried. It's coming out one way or another. Right, now I understand. It's clear what his intentions are. He means to disclose the truth at any cost. Perhaps if I pointed out the contradiction in what Mr. Vigil claimed earlier, I might cause some crucial memories to return to him. But should I? Should I present the evidence? Of course we'll do it, bro. Who the fuck is that guy? It's our best friend versus some random dude. Bro, we're going with our best friend, man. No idea how this is going to go, but this is a court of law, and I have a duty to pursue the truth. Exactly. Mr. Vigil, I'd like you to look at this. Evidence that clearly contradicts your version of the events. Huh? Your version of the events. What do you mean? What do you, what version of the... Okay, now I'm confused. What the fuck do you want me to... The watch? Why would the watch be...
Take that!
No, this isn't it. What am I doing? Okay. What do you mean to do? Wait. Claims that he resigned from his job at the prison all those years ago. But we have decisive evidence that says... Oh, he didn't leave. Right, it's fucking semantics, bro. Yeah, I know he got fired. Yeah, I literally predicted it before the fucking guy that told us about it, like, said it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just a few moments ago, you made the following statement. I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago.
Well, yes.
In other words, you claim to have left the post of chief warder of your own volition.
Well, yes, of course. Why?
Tell me. Remember this paper? Do you remember seeing this document before?
No, I don't.
But this is a dismissal notice ordering the immediate termination of a prison staff member's of employment. A dismissal notice. And the name on the notice is yours, Mr. Vigil.
What? It's mine.
Yeah, buddy. So you didn't resign from the prison service at all. For some reason, you were dismissed as chief warder from Barclay.
No, there's been some mistake. I'm sure. I'm sure I tendered my resignation. This dismissal notice is nonsense. Isn't it?
If you were forcibly dismissed, there must have been good reason. Clearly, you did something. Mr. Vigil, it's time to break the seal and have you remember. Okay. Oh, my head. It's me when I speak too much and then I get high and then I get anemia or some shit like. According to the few remaining records, the final execution that you supervised was on the 17th of June, 10 years ago. And on that day, something very serious took place at Barclay Prison.
The 17th of June.
Was that the professor's execution?
Professor.
As you were the chief warder at the time, it stands to reason that you would have been present throughout the proceedings.
It does sound familiar.
And yet, the execution never took place! Yeah! The convict, ostensibly executed that day, later re-emerged from his grave. Yeah.
The convict came back to life?
In the cemetery, in the middle of the night, there was a witness. Mr. Enoch Drebber.
However, the witness claims that a moment after he saw the convict come clambering out of his grave. A gunshot rang out from over his shoulder, and we still don't know who that is! And a bullet pierced the professor's chest, killing him instantly. Those may have been the professor's actual last moments.
Yes. Seeing as you were in charge of overseeing executions at the time, you must know the truth about what really happened. It's in your head, somewhere deep down! Well, Chief Warder Daily Vigil. I know there are memories in your head that can explain what happened on the 17th June. Wait, 17th... No, never mind. Yeah, 17th June, 10 years ago. And now it's time for you to drag them up! Mr. Vigil? He's gonna pass out, isn't he?
Yes, the whole prison, it was complete chaos. The prisoner escaped, he was killed in the cemetery. The shocking news
ripped through Barclay like a hurricane. What? What? So everyone in Barclay knows.
Order! Do you mean to say, Mr. Virgil, that your memories of the time have returned?
My head, it's like some floodgates have been opened. The images, the screams. Yeah, that was very quick in terms of whatever. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a very quick like thing. Like I think it takes a lot more time, you know, to do that in psychology. Like even with a professional. Anyway, it's a video game. Yeah, whatever. The papers. There were reports, articles about a man who'd seen a ghost. Yes, Enoch Jabba.
But surely those reports were exaggerated.
No, it was the truth. There were traces at the scene. Traces of what? Gameless, yeah. In Nogate Cemetery, at plot number 139. Blood. Lots of blood. That's where the man was buried, of course. Obviously, something terrible had happened there.
The depths of conspiracy and depravity from which this tale is emerging are quite staggering.
I reviewed the police records from that time extensively. A thorough investigation was conducted by Scotland Yard to ascertain how the convict managed to escape in the first place. The conclusion reached by the investigating team was that a member of the prison staff must have been involved.
Are you suggesting that a prison warden abetted the man's bid for freedom?
Yes, and I was suspected of doing it, using that mass murder as execution as a way to help him escape. You did what? I remember now. The horror of it all is coming back to me. One evening, a few days after the execution, some detectives came to the prison. I was called to the governor's office at the top of the watchtower. Was it Gregson?
I'm sorry, Daily. This is serious business. But can I help you know? As Chief Warder, you were responsible for overseeing the execution of 4, Well, it seems the fellas at Scotland Yard want to have a few wee words with you about it. Better pack up your things, laddie. You're to attend in person. Okay.
As soon as he told me that, my mind just went completely blank. And the next thing I knew, Wait, we're getting awfully close to the guillotine. Brother said the most hated killer in our country's history. And I let him escape. I'm finished. My life is over. Okay. Damn, he let out a fucking like a death throw like this guy.
Order! Bailiff, fetch the doctor at once! Court is adjourned for today with immediate effect!
Yeah. Good, actually. Like, damn, like
So,
this is...
With Mr. Vigil's collapse, proceedings came to an abrupt end for the day. Once again overshadowed by the legacy of that notorious killer, appearing like a cursed ghost ship on a foggy ocean.
I love when they like surprise me with like voice acting jump scare.
Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Vigil, Cosima, and Gregson. All of them bound by invisible chains anchored to the same wreckage in the murky depths of the past. But the miraculous light that had been trying to cut through the gloom and shine on those tragic events was playing on the edges of the truth at last.
This case is not over yet. Yeah, this case is long from over. We finally made a connection, and we're gonna get like this like giant fucking like gargantuan fucking case open. And if I'm not wrong, this is like a two episode long case. if I'm allegedly, you know, like according to a friend, but like the friend was not sure either. So, you know, yeah, I'm gonna stay with current project, but I'm gonna leave it here for now, you know, yeah. Well, thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow exactly at the same time, you know, like 18 or like 6 p.m. Like if you're in, I'm gonna say the UK time because I think it's the easier say like 6 p.m. UK time here every day. I may be a little late, but like usually, you know, I try not to be, you know. But yeah, it's every day, same hour, you know. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is gonna be fucking insane. Like it was like yesterday was like kind of slow, kind of, you know, but like, you know, we're just building, and even then it wasn't boring at all. We just like got exposition. That's the word, exposition. And now like we just like finally got a huge twist. Like it's gonna keep, like we literally have the build up of the entire fucking first game, like the entire first game, and then the second game, and everything that happened in the second game. It's all gonna crash down now. It's gonna be fucking crazy. I just feel like it's gonna be fucking insane. Like the rest of this game is gonna be like fucking massive. FS Asteroid, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, as you probably heard, yeah, it's ending right now, but yeah, tomorrow, yeah, you know, if you wanna see the rest, you know, hey, follow, you know, but you know, yeah. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching, and yeah. Wait, I'm gonna stop the recording. Actually, I mean, yeah, I was saying goodbye. Yeah, what? Shit, I'm getting every pen, like every brush of mine, like mixed up. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, goodbye, YouTube.